Well, I mean, my wildest tour story, man, is we was on tour in 2005, DMX tour, European tour, and it was me, X Nonstop, Ali Cuzzo, Grandpa Peasy, Ibrahim, the promoter from London, you know, and this was our last show on the whole tour. We did Germany, 1,000 different states and cities, Amsterdam, Paris, everywhere, Austria, Switzerland, everything. And our last stop was Angola, Africa. So we flew in from London to South Africa. They got on a rickety-ass plane that damn near you could see outside that flew to Angola. So when we went there, we got to Angola, I'm like, all right, Africa, this is cool, all right, cool. When we got off the plane, you know what I'm saying, it was a guy that came. He was like, oh, come, give me a passport, do this. Went in there, slapped the soldier, said, stamp that. From there, I was like, hold up. They don't do it like this. They ain't none. I was like, this guy had a lot of power. So we got in, you know, we started doing it. We were supposed to set up, do a show that day, and I think the next show the next day. But the guy said, it's like, we're not gonna do it. You're gonna do TV and radio now, and I'm gonna give you $30,000 every day that y'all gotta do nothing. So of course, like, all right, cool, an extra 30. Sat there for one day, and then the next day, it was like, hold up. We feel like we getting fattening up like turkeys. You know, you gotta feed the turkey and fatten them, then you pop them, you know what I'm saying? So we did a big, big, big tour. The cool thing, by the grace of God, we met with the American Embassy actually a day before that. And we went to the embassy, they fixed them, they got passports, they was telling us, yo, be careful out here. We're like, what you talking about? But
and that was real important in the story because meeting them, we didn't realize how much we were gonna need them towards the end of the story. We met them, they were real cool, you know, Americans. He signed autographs, took pictures. They actually filled up my passport book with extra sheets because I was running out of space. And we had a good rapport with them, invited them to the show. So fast forward to the first show, off the chain. Mind you, we drove up to the spot where the show is, and it was an outdoor venue. And I don't know if you've ever seen the video of the Dream Team when Michael Jordan was walking down in Barcelona and he looked up and they had this gigantic Nike Air Jordan wall picture. They had a DMX picture that big on the side of a building. And when I mean big, it was floors, top to bottom, just dog, mean picture. It was sick. So the whole vibe was crazy.
But same time, so actually we did the show. Now the promoter guy, which actually we found out is the promoter, the airport owner, the hotel owner, the TV shop owner, and the radio station owner. Actually, he's a warlord, as we found out afterwards, you know. So we did the show. A dude came and said, all right, you're gonna stay for 3 more days. I'm gonna make your money. But he's smiling and he's talking in Spanish. So me, X, and all of us, we're like, huh? We don't know what's going on. He was like.
So we're having this meeting and all of a sudden, the promoter decides that Thursday and Friday, which Thursday was done already, it was in the bag. Tonight's show's not happening. We're gonna extend that till Saturday. But X had prior engagements on Saturday. I mean, we had to be out of there Saturday to be there for Sunday because he was filming. So the day we were supposed to fly home, now they want to put a show that day. So and it wasn't that he said it, it was how he said it. No, you guys ain't gonna go, we're gonna just do it. Like, he didn't ask us, he kind of told X. And X don't like to be told anything, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would, you know, it's a contract, business, whatever. And he already went above and beyond the show. So while we're in the room, X is on the phone arguing with somebody back home about business. And Ali, being the smart brother he is, tries to say, well, you know, yeah, we gotta get home. We're not gonna be able, you know, let's just do the show tonight. He's trying to use that argument like X is not feeling right. You know, he's got to get back. He's got all kind of stuff he has to do. And dude in Portuguese said, if he has a problem with them, you have a problem with me. And nobody noticed what he said except me because it was in Portuguese. And I'm like, hold on a second. Now I know I heard it. So I walk in the room, Ali walks in the room, I call him over there and I got X in the room and I'm letting them know what he just said. He basically threatened us. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're talking about not an average person threatening you. We're talking about somebody who's connected to, like, the prime minister out there. Tight. A guy that walks around and don't have to, you know, answer to anybody. So you're already feeling kind of like, we ain't even at home. We can't call nobody. It's just whoever's with us, that's our crew, you know?
But they tried to keep us. You know, the guy booked me for a show. It'll be 2 shows, back to back, but he only promoted 1. And, you know, he wanted me to stay out there while he promoted another show. I'm like, listen, you know? He's like, yo, I'll give you $30,000 a day just to sit here. I'm like, okay. Now this is where the bullshit comes in, because there's no fucking way you're gonna give me $30,000 a day just to sit there while you promote another show, and I'm supposed to believe that I'm gonna leave with that money too. You know what I mean? This guy walked through the airport like he owned it. He was the president's friend, the president of that country. That was his right-hand man. So he came right to the plane to get us. So it's like, you know what? I don't even want the money, because money, like, somebody that's that powerful or important, you know what I'm saying, can get you killed.
So I told Ali, so our ex is like, what? Okay, all right, so check this out. We're gonna go to the store. You holler at him and see what he's gonna say. Talk to him, let's see what he says. Let's make sure, confirmation. So we roll out to the store, the whole entourage. Ali stays behind. We come back and we're gonna eat downstairs all together. Ali pulls us aside and says, yo, he said, we're not going nowhere. If we think we're leaving, we're crazy. When he says we can leave, that's when we're leaving. The show's Saturday and that's it. He wants to add an extra 80,000, whatever he said. I don't know what he said. Some crazy money to keep us. Now, when somebody starts adding extra money, you're like, okay, so why you gotta threaten somebody if you're throwing in money? Now I'm thinking, you could say all you want. You're gonna give us all the money we want, but are we really gonna leave here with that money? Like, you start thinking, it's a whole different ballgame. We start thinking crazy now. So now we go into action mode. We eat with dude, we eating downstairs, having a good time. He's like, yeah, we'll stay. Because now we need that.
We had two sets of security. We had big Marlin dudes, African dudes, but like just look like us, good haircuts and dress. And then we had the little guys with the M16s that had no soul in their eyes. I guess the child soldiers. We had them guys and shit. So it's like, I'm like, this is crazy. These guys we get, but these guys, we got to do these guys off. Like, I got a good MacGyver mind and it just would not work. Like, so I got the butter knife, I'm gonna do him, I'm gonna take his AK, I come down, get a car, but I'm like, the fuck am I going from there? All right, that's not a good plan. Had to pull back. So we called the embassy, like, help. We need to make a plan. So the thing was, the embassy had to actually, by the grace of God, because God is great, the big diesel guy said, yo, we're gonna work on the gym. And I remember it was me. They said, we're gonna work out. I'm like, yeah, take your time. Go, take your time. That was our only window we had to leave, to escape. You know what I'm saying? It was actually escape.
We're like, yo, what's up? They're like, yo, are you guys going anywhere? You with an accent, you going anywhere? And we're like, what? Nah, why? Oh, because if you're not going anywhere, can we go upstairs and lift weights? 20, 30 minutes, we'll be right back down. Two diesel dudes, we're like, I thought they were kidding. And then I realized God had his hand on all of us. I'm like, yeah, X is like, yeah, it's all good, go up. As soon as they left the vicinity, we were all in our rooms, packing all our joints. The embassy called, they were underneath the building in 2 white Suburbans, bulletproof windows, all that. We run downstairs, drama. As soon as we get off the elevator, we have to turn the corner to get into the garage. And what's there? The entire window with the thousands of people that have been out there all night for 5 days. And a couple of his people see us and jump on the phone, and we're like, oh no. So we're trying to make the quick exit, and my man's giving them the heads up. So now we're like real nervous.
So like the last batch of bags, it was 15 of us. So the last batch of bags that he came, some guys like, what they doing? But he was like, nah, what's good, take a picture. Cause we playing it off now, you know what I'm saying? At
the same time, one of our people's calling our friends at the embassy to let them know what just happened. We gotta get out of there because now we're not feeling too comfortable. And what if dude says, we want you to stay till Monday or Tuesday? Come on, like against our will?
So it's like, you know what, I don't want your money, I don't even want to do the show. The show's not ready yet, so let me just, and we had to get we needed the help of the U.S. Embassy to get us up out of there.
So we hit the embassy and they give us kind of the rundown like, yo, dude is shiesty. We didn't say nothing before because everything seemed to be right, but he's done this before. Sometimes he takes the money back when you get to the airport. And nobody's gonna argue with him because they don't want to get stuck out there. So we're like, oh, really? They're like, we're gonna find a flight for you. Find one. Now we're all in diesel mode, like, yo, first dude that steps to me, I'm already feeling like, yo, my life is being threatened. Now I'm on chill mode all the time. Like they even be questioning me sometimes because I'm so cool. But now I'm feeling threatened. And I'm feeling like I might not get home. So now I'm starting to get a little hostile. The old me's coming back. Now I'm starting to look around and telling myself, whatever happens here, if we get stuck here, I'm taking the main man out. Like, that's the kind of thinking we were. One of our boys ran on the street to go cop pistols because they sell them on the streets. That's how serious it was. X was cool. He's like, yo, we getting out of here. So now he talks to them. They find a only flight leaving that we could really get on is it's a charter flight for a company out there, a corporation. And the only seats available were all first class, 5 G's a pop. And there was 9 of us on the road. So we took, Dog said, yo, we getting out of here. Took the money, planned the trip. Now comes escape mode.
Got in the cars, boom, everybody's in, all the bags in, boom, now we got to jump in there, we going in. But they started catching on though. And so I was like, they started calling, like, what y'all doing, it's cool. They probably was picking up. Jumped in the cars, boom, jetting through the streets of Angola. I'm talking about lights, shit looking like the movie. Do, boom, 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 all that. By the time we got to the airport, came through the back.
We get to the airport, everybody's in line, Dog goes, everybody goes, we go in order. There's 3 of us left. As soon as, I get checked in, I turn around, boom, here are the 2 guys that were security that were watching the door. They started coming, they run to the side, they start knocking on the glass. They're like, I gotta talk to Ali. Ali, let me talk to you, Ali. Ali's like, no, we good. We ain't got nothing to talk about. And we start, trying to get out of here. And then the US Embassy do something you can't cross. Then the people from the airport, because this section of the airport is run by this corporation, and that's the money. So we were in a safe spot, but they still had access to us.
All them guys was in front. The soldiers, the warlord, the bodyguards, they were telling cousin, we gonna kill you. And they tried to stop us so many times because, the law is $10,000 cash or whatever. Boom.
When we got to the airport, after we were checked in and we were going through, security stopped us. 2 of their security. And they grabbed Dog first and his pockets was full of money. So they're like, whose money is all that? You can't take that money. And X is like, that's their money, my crew. I pay all of them. And she said, oh, really? She called the next guy in to check his pockets. So everybody started giving me their money, and I had my backpack with the replay, and I stuck everybody's money in the replay, including mine. We threw everything in there. So every guy that walked in the room was like, yo, she's like, where's your money? He's like, X has it. He pays me. So that was the line of the night. So I told everybody that came out, watch the bag, it's over there. I hid the bag around the side. So every time, and then I walked in, I said, yo, he has my money. We don't get paid until we get out of here. So then the embassy guys were watching from afar, and I think that's what kind of shook them, but it brought me back to that story where they said they don't let you leave with the money. You feel me? So we had all that in our heads, so we were able to maneuver everything really nice, and all the money was in the bag. So we were talking about all that when we got on the plane. So now we're on the plane, we got a 14-hour flight to Houston. Everybody's in a good mood, everybody's knocking out, and when we woke up, X gave the prayer on the, he gave the whole plane a prayer on the airplane through where the flight attendant talks, and everybody in the back, all these business, not business, but like oil rig dudes and all that. The whole plane was packed. They clapped. It was like the best feeling in the world to touch. I mean, we literally kneeled on the ground, kissed the ground when we got home because we didn't know what was gonna happen. When you're in another country like that, you know what I'm saying? You don't really have. You don't have the tools or the accessibility to feel comfortable like you do when you're at home. At home, you can make a phone call and you got the goons, you got whatever you need. Out there, we only had us, but nobody panicked. Everybody played their position. Dog kept everybody cool. It was a bunch of men, and we handled our business. Nobody got shook, and I still have I should have brought it with me. I still have the first class ticket stub put away, because I really honestly thought that I was gonna lose my life on that trip. And I was thankful to God and to Dog that we got out of there, cool heads, we got out of there safe, But that was one of those stories that I could tell for the rest of my life and I still get chills. You know what I'm saying? Because I made it. And I made it with my crew. You know what I'm saying? Dog's real, man. I love him, man. He's a real brother, man. No matter what you hear, what you've seen, that's my brother, man. Definitely showed me a lot. When we've been through stuff like that, that's where the men come out, And we ain't never had a problem, man. Never. We've always handled everything as a unit. Good people, man. But that was a crazy story. I didn't know.
Yeah. But it was by the grace of God that we made it.
You can't front on those stories, man. I got a picture. I had a picture on my website that night we all took when we first made it through with the girl from the embassy. And I think I put something like, yo, the night that changed my life. Or I put something significant. The night that I almost lost it all or whatever, something. You know what I mean? Because it left that impact, man.